Hello, Amy.
Hey, yeah, you're right.
Very well, you?
I'm fabulous.
That's what I like to
I
hear.
love the hairdo. Really good.
Yeah.
It's normal now.
Yeah, it was just like, right, let's just get this done, Tim. Let's just get it done.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah, it saved me plenty of time.
Easy in the mornings.
Oh my God, easy all day, every day. I love it. How are you? Good?
I'm fabulous. Really, really
Excellent.
good. Thank you so much for doing these. We're having the best time.
No worries at all. It sounded like someone was using a power drill then.
It sounds like this is DIY. Hang on.
We've got a power drill going on. Each to their own.
Whatever motivates you.
Oh dear.
I'm just going to mute everyone, Tim. Just unmute yourself.
No worries.
Hey guys. Happy Sunday. So amazing. Right, I'm just going to literally give it a minute and then we're going to kick off because we want to get as much out of this time as possible. Okay. Right, let's go. Let me just make sure I'm recording. Okay, we're good. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for jumping on this call with the incredible Tim Cooper. Tim, I just want to say on behalf of everyone, I know Fabia says this, but we are so grateful for your time because for anyone that doesn't know, Tim is an incredible coach, and he actually gets paid a lot of money to do calls for people, whether it's one-to-one or in groups. So he's doing this for us completely free. He's given an hour out of his time on his weekend to share his wisdom, his knowledge with you. It's absolutely done wonders for me personally, and I know it has for so many. So thank you so much, Tim. I'm so grateful. I know everyone's getting so much from it, and just really appreciate your time. So yeah, take it away.
You're welcome. Guys, listen, first and foremost, I truly believe that, you know, energy is generated. And so, you know, the power station doesn't just have power, it generates power. And so for us to have better energy, more enthusiasm, more excitement, we need to be surrounding ourselves with people that bring that to us. And so just like when I do my group coaching stuff with my Academy Monthly, many of you that are actually on there now, so thank you for that. I get that feel of looking at the screen and just seeing like loads and loads of people, and that just really makes me fulfilled. So when I see this happening, I know the impact that I'm having, because I remember going back and somebody teaching me these tools and I was like, holy shit, like these are like game-changing tools. And so I try to bring that into these sessions. And so just a quick one, if you are in my academy, you might think today, oh, we're duplicating some stuff, which we are. And so there's a lot of people on this call that aren't in my academy. So I wanted to bring the tools to Arbonne. And so you guys can use these and get a taster for what it is that I do. This is not to upsell or do anything like that. If you want to get involved, that's fine. If not, no worries, no problem at all. But what I did want to do was give you guys the opportunity to have a little look at some of the things that I used to take people's lives, both personally and professionally, to the next level. And so these tools that I've been given, a few of them actually I've got from really famous coaches, but the one that I'm going to use today isn't from any of them. It's my tool, it's what I made up, it's what I created, and it's a tool that I use consistently that changes my life and so many lives that I coach. Just want to say hello to my wife, who's sitting there looking as pretty as always in our bedroom. Little wave, Amanda. Hi. I'm in the other room. She's with the dogs, I'm sure. So I want to share the screen with you tonight. And so what I would heavily suggest you go and do right now, if you haven't already, right? If you haven't already, go and get a pen and a pad or a bit of paper, right? Because tonight we're going to go through some coaching tools. And so this is like active coaching in terms of resources. So just, if people haven't got that already, I'm just going to give you some time for you to go and get that, so you can get the most out of it. So I always feel that in order for us to get to the next level, we must know where we currently are. We must have that awareness of where we currently sit in our lives, and we must be able to dissect certain areas, break them down, and then start to learn about them a little bit more and why maybe there's a block there or lack of clarity, whatever it is. And then we can really dial in why we are where we are and how we're going to change it. Because there's no way that we can change something if we don't know where we are. And that's why I always say, whenever somebody starts coaching with me, they say, oh, Tim, you know, what's the first tool or what's the first step that you take for transformation? And it's always the same thing. You've got to get honest with yourself, right? It's the first thing I say to anyone. You have got to get honest with yourself. Right? It's one of the hardest things to do, but one of the most rewarding things to do. Because when you finally decide to let go, right, of the ego, you finally decide to let go of the old story, you finally decide to let go of that operating system, those beliefs, those associations, those experiences, and you sit yourself down and you say, do you know what? I'm a bit broken in this area, and this is why. This is really why. So we're going to use a simple tool tonight, and we're going to be interactive. And so if you want to, we can unmute you all if you like. It doesn't have to be silent. If you've got power drills in the background and all that, I don't mind. So let's use this. So Amy, if you want to, you can unmute everyone if you like, because this is a very, very interactive style of coaching. And I want to be able to talk to people, say hello, even if people are driving, like Gianni down there. Look, she's hopping in her car. What's up? Yeah, no speeding. So look, I mean, that is a bit loud. That's a bit loud. So if you've got kids, go and put them in a little cage. No, I'm joking. So guys, look, just turn it down a little bit. So excellent, thank you. So I'm going to share the screen with you right now. Host has disabled attendee screen sharing. So if you could enable that, that would be fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
Separando aqui as roupas do Matheus.
See, on Thursday at 6. Okay.
Sound effect. Okay, so Tim, you're good to go.
Okay, so here we go. This right here that I'm about to share. Can everyone see that? Everyone see that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the life board, right? And so this is probably one of the most influential coaching tools that you can use. And so what I would like you to do, I'm going to leave that up right now. I want you to copy it. I want you to copy that exact document. You don't have to do the squares, the exact document. You don't have to do that. So me. You don't have to copy it exactly, but I'd like you to put in the, so if you've got a page, personal growth, development at the top, family relationships in the middle, health and fitness, work, career, money and finance, physical environment, romance. This is where everyone laughs in my academy when we get to romance. All the girls are like, ah! So, and then fun and joy as well. And so when you've done that, just pop in the comments box, done, sorted, yeah, we're away. Just so I can see. Well, actually, I can't see because I'm sharing the screen, but just let me know when you've done that. Just be like, yeah, done. one more. Chat. There we go. Superb. Done. Stacey's done it. Thanks, Stacey. Superb.
Welcome.
Done it. Sophie's done it. Lovely. Laura, excellent. Superb.
Right, quick.
The good thing about this, guys, the good thing about this tool that we're going to use here is that literally you can use it now and then you could use it again before you went to bed and it could change. That's what I love about it. It's a constant check-in, right? It's a constant check-in tool for you to use. All right, I'm going to give you about another 30 seconds, then I'm going to take it off the screen so I can see all your beautiful faces. So I like to interact. So, okay, can you repeat what we have to, is that to please, or to do, please? Can we repeat what we have to do, please? Okay, just copy this, whatever you see, Natalie, right here on the screen, this board here. I just want you to copy it. And that's it. Don't want you to do anything else right now. Just make sure that you got all this down. Okay, guys, another 15 seconds, something like that. And if people struggle, we'll just go back to it. Got me touching my hair now, Amy. Now you've made me feel. I reckon it's gone into a number 2 now, at least.
Throw in a bit, yeah.
Yeah. I've shaved it twice since I did it first time. Anyway, okay. So, guys, we are done now. We are done. I'm going to stop that sharing. Okay. Welcome back. So, okay. So, as you can probably see in front of you right now, you have got something that I call the life board. Now, it is different to what is in my book, which is actually at the back here. You might have seen this tool before. It's called the Wheel of Life, right? It's called the Life Wheel or the Wheel of Life. Let me see if I can pull it up again. Around there. So you might be aware of this. Who's seen this before? Anyone? If you're in my academy, you're not allowed to say yes. So, this is the Wheel of Life. Excellent. So, the Wheel of Life is defined by balance. It's an awareness tool which allows you guys to look at areas of your life. So this is what I would like you all to do. So Love the Wheel of Life is such an amazing coaching technique. It so is. So I designed the life board off of the Wheel of Life because when I was going around scoring on the Wheel of Life, I thought, this is fucking really good. I love this tool. It's great. What a great tool to assess where you currently are. But then I thought, there's nothing else on it. So I thought, oh, well, actually, I'll tell you what you need. You need something else that's going to allow you to make plans in those areas to ascertain where you're going to go next. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go around the life ball, but use it as the Wheel of Life. So what I'd like you to do right now, today, and I want you to do this, guys, for the next 7 days, right? The next 7 days, all the way up, right? This is your accountability, all the way up to next week's call. Every single morning, you do your miracle morning, right? Miracle morning. If you're not on there, get on there, right? And so what I'd like you to do is I would like you to score yourself in these areas. So let's go around the first one. Currently score yourself in personal development and personal growth from 1 to 10. Where do you feel that you sit right now in that area, right? So for example, do you need to work on yourself more? And do you never work on yourself, for example? This means, are you scheduling time to actively take action on working on yourself, whether that's reading online courses, coaching, podcasts, videos, writing, whatever it is, yeah? Whatever it is, personal development, all right? Personal development. Okay. As we go round and do the life board instead of the Wheel of Life, there will be another part to this board that is going to excite you a lot. And so I'm just dipping your toes in the water with that comment. So I'd like you then to do the same with the next area, which is family and relationships. How are you currently scoring your relationships right now? Are they on fire? Are you connecting, engaging, spending time around the people? in your proximate vicinity, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, whether that's Zoom phone calls, or do you need to sort yourself out a lot in that area? So score it from 1 to 10. 10 being, oh my God, my relationships are on fire. 1 being, holy shit, I'm so happy I've jumped on this call. All right. Now we're going to do exactly the same with health, fitness, and well-being. So let's just look at some of the stuff under health and fitness, well-being. We're talking about movement, hydration, nutrition, sleep, recovery. All of these things will dictate your score, right? So let's see where you sit in that area, right? Okay. The next area that we're going to go into is career and work. How well aligned are you right now? Are you living into the mission, the purpose? Is this what you're designed to be doing? Are you excited, enthusiastic, and full of energy? And is your mattress a springboard? Are you jumping out of it in the morning being like, this is what I should be doing? I'm on mission, get out of my way, right? 1 to 10 in that area. Okay, the next area we're going to go to is money and finance. So,
Sorry, before you move on, are you talking about Arbonne or are you talking about our other jobs?
so I'm talking about, so whatever your career is, or whatever you do for work, whatever you do for your career. So if Arbonne's full-time, or whether it's part-time, or you've just started it, it doesn't matter, right? Where do you see yourself as in a score in that area? So you might just say to yourself, do you know what? I've just joined Arbonne. I've been furloughed, or do you know what? I've left my job. I've only been doing this a month, but oh my God, it's a 10. I'm so excited about this business and what it can bring to me, right? Or you could be in the position where you're thinking, I love Arbonne, but I just wish I could give it more fucking time, but I can't because I'm currently working in a job or a career that doesn't satisfy me or fulfill me. Hence the fact where I've decided to join Arbonne because this is more aligned to my mission or work or whatever I was. So it's just, yeah, great question, by the way. Fantastic question. I'll tell you why, because we're going to be doing that sort of stuff when we go into the life board rather than the wheel of life on the life board. I know it's confusing, guys. I know it's confusing. Sorry. Okay, so money and finance. Where do you score here? So this is not about the amount of money that you've got in your bank. This is about how well you're managing money, your money mindset. What is your perception of where you should be in this area, and where do you currently sit in terms of, of that perception? What's the vision, for example? How well are you looking after your finances? Are you getting closer to that dream figure that you want per month, per week, whatever? Let's score that from 1 to 10. All right, I'm not going to go into this fully into these bits. Okay, here I've left. The next 3 I've left to last for a reason. Right. So let's go to physical environment. Are you surrounding yourself environmentally with the right people? Right, with the right people. For example, is your house clean? Right? Is it welcoming? Do you feel calm when you're at home, or is it fucking chaotic? Yeah? All of this stuff. When you go to bed, are you like, oh, Jesus, I need to paint that wall. I need to make sure that's done. I'm going to give him that job next week. Excellent. He'll do that for me. I'm joking. But you get what I'm saying? Is the garden nice? This environment that you have to sit in and be in every day. Clean sheets, all of this stuff. Do you need to clear out some cupboards? Whatever. You get what I'm saying. It's your approximate vicinity of where you find yourself. And you're like, do you know what? This feels like home, and this feels safe, comfortable, and it feels like a shrine. That's what it should feel like. On top of that, are the people that you're welcoming into your environment, right? If you're welcoming these people into your environment, what does that mean, right? What score, what level of people have you got in to your environment? Okay, next one is romance. Yeah. And that's why this call isn't muted, because I wanted to see all of the laughter on the faces. I want to see all of you girls be like, oh, fucking hell, why do you have to go around romance? Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Such an important part, as you know, whether you're in a relationship or whether you are seeking a relationship. I mean, look, let's be honest. When was the last time somebody said, oh, score your romance from 1 to 10? You're like, what? What are you talking about? So it's about, this whole board is about one thing, guys, self-awareness. That's what it's all about. Okay, here's a score, funny enough. Hopefully you wouldn't perceive me to be this way, but here's an area, that I struggle in. This next area. This is the area that I struggle in, right? Fun and joy. Because my default is go, serve other people, contribute, add value, make sure everybody else is all right, sometimes at the cost of me not having enough fun in my own life. All right? And so this is a topic that I coach a lot of entrepreneurs on, let's say. Most people that fly me to places, this is the challenge, right, that they have. They go full pelt in the business, right, which is great, super ambitious, hungry, you know, want to go off and get everything that what it is that they want, and that's great and fine and superb. I'm all about that. However, fun is very, very important to bring into your life. You've got to bring the joy. All right. So I'd like you to go around now after going through all of those, and I would like you to add up your scores. Add up your scores. So get a calculator, or if you're super smart like me, you can add up 8 areas. I can't. I still get the calculator out. So if you can just add those up, that would be fantastic.
Move around.
No worries. Love it. Okay. Once you've added those up, I love it when people, this is what I do, when you count it out, that's 7 plus 3, that's 10. 10 plus the 4, that's 14. All right, so what I'd like you to do, excellent, 59. So these are scores out of 80. I would like you to go and put them in the comments box for me, please. Watching. Sharon, you're on fire. 658. That's the sort of scores that we're all striving for, girl. Well done. Okay, so this is what I would like you to tell me, guys. And again, in the comments box, looking at your scores out of 80, what has that sent through? Just looking at your score, knowing that 80 is the top score in those 8 areas, what has that done for you individually? What has that made you aware of? Put it down in the comments box, if you can, please.
I just want to live Sharon's life.
Look at that. Look, need to sort my life out. Not me, by the way. I'm just reading other people. What I need to work on. I'm average. Oh, have more fun. Welcome to the crew. Lots of room for improvement. There you go. Romance is lacking. Is that a wink at me, or is that just a wink?
Just a wink.
Excellent. Thank God for that. My wife's on this call. Made me realise that I'm actually doing better than I thought. Look at all this. But need a bay. Love it. Love it. Need to work on my career. The areas I'm neglecting. Okay, so just to give you just an overview of this. Imagine, right? Imagine if you guys could use this tool, right, with the people that you bring into Arbonne, new people, right? Can you imagine how powerful that? Like, like, especially like for you, Amy, this is like, because obviously the more people you have underneath you, the better this becomes, because that's why I'm doing this with how many? We got 55 people. What this actually does, just to give you some insight into this, although this gives you a huge sense of self-awareness yourself, right, when you're actually doing it, as a coach, this is what I'm reading. I'm actually looking at the perspective and the lens in which people are looking at this. So, for example, I'm not going to mention names. I'm just going to read comments, right? So, for example, look at this example, right? I'm average, lots of room for improvement. There are two different mindsets going on right there, yeah? Two different mindsets going on. I need to work on my career, right? Some have to have more fun, right? So I'm way better than when I did this sort of thing. Okay, brilliant. So look at all this, more fun, need some romance, fitness, get the balance right. Okay, so whoever's on the horse, please get off. So here's what I'd like you guys to have a little think about right now. Have a little think about. I would like you to put down your lowest 3 scores and tell me where they were. Where are the lowest 3, right? Where did you score the lowest? And let's have a look. It's a good game, this, Amy, isn't it? With the muting stuff. I do this on my academy. I'm like, right, okay, is it him? I'll mute him, go around in. It's not, oh, bloody hell.
Oh my God, all the same.
Look at this. Who just shouted out, oh my God, all the same? Was that you, Janice? Look at this.
No.
Can you see the patterns? Huge patterns going on.
People need some loving.
Right.
A joke, man.
Do you know what that says to me? This is what people, so I tell you how I already knew this, by the way, not because I'm a wizard, but because, guys, we are in COVID-19 and people are lacking connection, right? So let's go into a little bit of Arbonne mindset, shall we? Right? This is specifically for this business, right? For you guys. So I'm freestyling here, by the way. This is not made up. I didn't plan this. I'm going to go into it just off the back of all of this stuff. So if people are lacking connection, what does that actually mean that people need? Well, what are we doing right now? Community. That's what this is. Community. Connection, right? And community. When you're inside a community, what makes you connect even more? Engagement. Why do you think I'm doing this right now on this call? And as hard work as it is, we're trying not to mute, because I want to engage more. And yeah, there's some crazy noises going on, but you know what? Janice wouldn't have been able to jump in then. Neither would Patricia, neither would Kathy. So here's why we're doing this, because we need it. So if we need it, and we're inside this group already, and we are, let's say, in the top percentage of taking action around the things that we need, because we're in it, we're actually doing it. What about the people that aren't doing it? What about the people that really need this, right? So my question to you is, as amazing, because I take them all, by the way, now, right? I take them all. As amazing as all the products are in Arbonne, right? Just maybe there might be a different angle as well for you guys in terms of, do you know what? We've got amazing products. This is all great. We can talk about the products, but do you know what? The fucking community and the support that we get and the personal development that we get inside this business is unreal. And so I thought about
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. See, I thought about you, Jane, whoever you, I'm just making shit up now, but I thought about you, Jane, because I know that you're struggling right now in terms of engagement. I know you've been isolated, you've been on your own, you haven't got a partner, you haven't got this. And so do you know what? I think this business would work for you in more than one way, right? More than one way. And so it's just another angle that you can take people in on. And here's the thing, it's completely and utterly authentic. It's not bullshit. We're doing it right now. You just wrote that down. I didn't get, look, I haven't got a gun to anyone's head. You just wrote that down right now and you saw the patterns, right? You did that yourself, and it was the group and the community that spoke, no one else. I just gave you the tool to extract it. And then what you did was you then started to look down here and you'd be like, oh, bloody hell, actually, fuck. There's some common answers here, right? So if there's some common answers in this group, imagine if you used it, imagine if you had this tool to go on, I don't know, let's just say, I'm just going to talk about Instagram, it's easier. Imagine if you had, you said to your Instagram followers, can everyone get involved and do this? And you got I mean, it wouldn't happen, but you could imagine you got 1,000 followers or 300. Let's say you got 300 followers or 200 followers. If you got 200 people all doing this, what we just done right now, you'd be able to design something really specific for that person's needs, right? Because you'd understand where their needs lie, where they're missing. And here it's very, very clear that romance, relationships, connection, money, that's what people are really missing right now. And so you guys have got the answer. You've got the tools, which is this, what we're doing right now. We're doing it right now. We're living it, all right? So it's a great tool for self-awareness, and the way in which you take this to the next level, is very, very simple. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So bear with me. Hopefully I can get this up and it's not going to take me 20 minutes. Let's see if I can get it live bold, because I've got so many on here. But I want to be able to get this one up and live bold with goals. Is this the one, Tim? Is this the one? Okay. Bear with me. Oh, there we go. Excellent. So. All right. There you go. Just going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. Okay, so now we've gone round and we've scored, right? We've actively scored where you are in these areas. This is when the life board becomes a board and it doesn't become a scoring system or a wheel, let's say. This is where it changes. And I'm going to share the screen with you right now to show you why it changes. So let's see if we can share this screen. Okay. If you can see this, just tell me by saying hell yeah.
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 Excellent. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. So, as you can see,
I keep
I've
getting
just
muted.
done one example here of personal development and personal growth. So if your personal growth is on a 6 or a 7 or an 8, what's lacking? What do you need to do more of yourself personally? So here's just some examples. Number one is I need to take more action, right? Need to take more action. This is in personal development. This area, personal development and personal growth is the key foundations to all of the other areas. It's why fun and joy might be a 6. It's why health and fitness could be a 4. It's why work and career could be a 3. It's why romance could be a 1, right? This is exactly why. And that's why I wanted to create the life board after the wheel of life. Because this, right, this, as so many people that you will hear, especially in your business, you know, I might as well be married to Amy because all I do is hear her voice with Amanda and on the calls and stuff. So there's certain stuff that I hear her say all the time. So let's just reference one of hers. This is life by design. You are designing your life right now on this board, right? And the way that you do that is by identifying what is not giving you the life that you want right now, right? What's getting in the way? What's stopping you from having the career, the romance, the relationships, the environment, whatever it is? It's all dependent, all depends on you. All right, so I'm going to stop this now, but we're going to go through it. Okay, so did everybody get a good idea of what that was and sort of how it worked, etc.? Yeah. So I want you guys to have a little think about something psychology based, i.e. mindset, right? Where your mind is set, of what's stopping you. And let's translate this into Arbonne and make it specific. What's going on upstairs that's stopping you from having the best possible business, right? Fear of receiving, personal growth, fear of receiving what, I would ask you, right? And why? Fear of rejection. There we go. So here we go. Now we're going to start on this is, so if I'm in Amy's shoes right now, I'm like, this is gold, because I'm getting all of the things that I can work on with my team, or those people can work on with their upliners, whatever it is, because what we're, there you go, imposter syndrome. What we're doing right now is we're identifying the obstacles. That's what we're doing. We're identifying the obstacles. And so if I was in your position right now, Amy, after this call's done, I'll be like, I'm going to go into pre-recorded at 35 minutes in, and I'll be like, right, excellent. These are all of my answers.
That's amazing.
These are the things that I can work on with these people, right? So look, not feeling good enough, belief that I deserve it, fear of not being enough. Look at all these. Guys, I just want you to know that it takes balls to put this in the comments box. So via me doing this and showing you these exercises, I've taken you one step further towards not being feared. Sorry, I've taken you one step further towards being and feeling enough. The fact that you've then put that in the text box, you're another step further to being enough, right? Feeling significant, feeling worthy, all right? So these are the top things: failure, lack of belief, confidence, basically. So here, as you may or may not be aware, is what I see every day. There is not one thing in there that I've never seen. And in fact, everything that you're putting in there right now is the common theme that everybody has, right? Everybody has. That's why if I was to coach you on one thing tonight specifically, I think you'd all agree that it would probably be on confidence, right? Because if you look at those comments, fear of not being heard, right? Failure, lack of belief, being decisive. Well, if you're confident, you decide a lot quicker because you're like, right, I'm shit hot at this. This is what I'm doing. This is why. Look, fear of getting it wrong. Well, if you was confident, you wouldn't worry whether you're going to get it wrong or not, right? Fear of judgment. Again, if you're confident and you believe in yourself and you feel that you're significant enough, that will not pop up. So can you see the theme here? Confidence, look, all comes from self-belief. Very, very true. So I've spoken about this before, but I'll do it again because people might not have been on the call. I'm going to give you a 4-step framework that is going to allow you to have more confidence, but also know how to get more confidence, right? So confidence isn't something that you have. I want you to know that. You don't have confidence.
Favorite ones.
You create it. You create confidence. Right? You create confidence, you don't have it. I know your next question is, all right, smart ass, how'd you create it? So let's talk about it right now, how you create more confidence. Well, I would like you all to put in the comments box something that you are confident at doing, right? It could be anything. Literally it could be brushing your teeth, blow drying your hair, whatever. Okay. Love it. Netball, exercising, designing, singing, baking, giving makeup lessons, being me, photography, leading in my job, being a hairdresser, driving. Excellent. Excellent. Look at all these things. Video editing, excellent. So Matt, we're going to have a conversation. Need an editor. Okay. Joking and laughing, yeah. Performing, excellent. Cooking, she's definitely a Cooper. Look, cooking. Horse riding. Okay. So the reason, guys, sharing the Arbonne business. Very good strategy there, Amy. So let's bring Amy in. Let's do live with Amy right now. Amy, welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so
On the spot.
yeah, no. So the good thing about this is it's so basic. The format. What would you say heavily contributes to you feeling confident about delivering the Arbonne business? Now, I already know what this is, so tell people right now, in its simplest form or terms, why you can just do it with your eyes closed.
Purely the amount of times I've done it.
Right, repetition. So just hold that thought for a moment. Now, let's go back up to every single person. Right, Patricia, how many times you played netball? Georgia, how many times you exercise?
50,
There you go.
57 years.
There you go, 57 years. Sophie, how many songs have you sung? Or how many notes have you hit? Sarah, how long have you been baking? Sid, how many makeup lessons have you done? I mean, look, cooking, again, photography, leading in my job. It's about repetition. Repetition. Now, that is the first step in the framework to confidence. Repetition. Okay, Amy, back to you. After repeating,
I'm trying.
what do you feel has happened to you after you've done this so many times? What do you feel that you've developed?
Confidence.
Excellent. What about outside of confidence?
Conviction. Passion. Excitement.
What about skill?
Skill. 100%.
She's developed more skill. So you could say, well, Amy has become super fucking skillful at delivering the business. Why? Because she's done it so many times that it's, I mean, literally, it's all, look, I mean, I listen to this girl all the time. Sometimes because I have to, sometimes because I don't. I'm joking, but you get what I'm saying. So I hear it. I hear the delivery. I hear when you're bringing new people in, and I'm like, this girl has got a framework, right? And so what she has done, because here's something, again, I want you to really think about, guys. We all think in pictures, right? Amy has got a digital slide board in her head that when she goes to talk about the picture, the business, she goes into that compartment. She's like, right then, Arbonne presentation mode. I think of that comes in, that flows there. Excellent. That's next. That goes with that. That sits with that. And so she don't need no PowerPoint. She don't need to do any slides whatsoever, right? But I guarantee she learned by looking at some information like that, or she learned by reading some stuff, and then she's collated that information and she's packaged it in a way, right, that is specifically done by Amy. It's her way. That's why I picked up on some stuff that she said, life by design, and some other stuff. You know, she says something that I always say about opportunities don't always come packaged in the way that you would expect them to do. These are things that naturally she says. That's part of, not the script, that's part of the delivery of the business and how well she can get it over. Because she's done it so many times, she then says to herself, well, actually, do you know what? This is getting the best reception when I'm delivering it. So, Amy, just to answer Claudia's question, was you ever a public speaker delivering presentations or online stuff or anything like that? Or could you tell me the ins and outs of my skin?
I could tell you the ins and outs of your skin, but in fact, I used to have a job where I had to speak, and the first time I did it, I froze in front of everyone, in front of a stage full of, in front of a room full of people, and I never did it again. Because I was like, I refuse, because I was so, it floored me so much. So yeah, I never public spoke before Arbonne.
And so I know that, thanks for sharing that, by the way. I know if that's happened to someone and that's not their confidence in that way so much, she has then actively gone out of her way to be like, listen, next time I fucking present, right, watch this space. I'm going to repeat this and repeat this and repeat this. And this, the good thing is, guys, right, if you're gonna fuck up, this is the place to do it, right? This here in front of everyone, this is the learning platform, right? Well, this is where the mistakes are made. This is where you come out and share, because then when you get in front of people that you're promoting the business to, or the benefits or the features of it, that's when you can excel, right? But she's only done this because she said to herself, there's no way that I'm going to go back and take myself back to that place where I stood up and nothing come out and I just froze. All right. So she's used that as leverage, right? So the second thing is skill. It's skill. You repeat something over and over and over again, you become more skillful at it, right? So there are two other steps. When you repeat something over and over and over again, because you've developed more skill off the back of that, there becomes a stage in the time frame or the timeline where you feel and sense achievement, right? Achievement. Now you've actually seen the process. You're like, okay, well, I've gone and done this uncomfortable work repeatedly over and over and over and over and over and over again. And do you know what? I'm getting a bit more, I'm getting better at it. I can feel it. People are telling me, right? But that doesn't matter, it tells you, let's be honest. It's like when you lose weight, oh, you look fucking great. Yeah, but not to me. But when you feel it yourself, that internal feeling, that is when the sense of achievement comes. You're like, fucking, I've done this. I've done this myself, and I've done it by consistently doing the uncomfortable work. And that sense of achievement starts to really tap in to confidence, right? So now you've got skill, repetition, and achievement, right? Put all of those things together, the final thing that you will get is accomplishment, right? Accomplishment. Achievement and accomplishment are slightly different. To achieve something is more like the milestones that you need to tick off. The accomplishment is at the end. It's when you feel accomplished. I've done it. I've done the whole thing. And so, Amy, again, if you was to think about your whole process here, of standing up, freezing, now repeating this over and over again, surely you must feel like it's a huge accomplishment that you can now deliver Arbonne off the bat. Mm-hmm. Because it is. It is. Here's the great thing about it all. Here's the great thing about, this is what I love about personal development, guys, is that as much as Amy is a fantastically lovely person, she's not unique in terms of the framework, right? Neither am I, neither is the next person. I tell you what is different though about her compared to a lot of people, is she's followed the framework, right? That's the difference. So what does that mean? Discipline. That's what that means, right? Discipline. But here's the thing, you might be on this call right now saying, fuck, I didn't know there was a framework to confidence. I just didn't know that that's how it worked. But now I've got it, Tim. Now I can be more disciplined. Now I can be more consistent. Discipline and consistency, right? Where does discipline come from? Because I think a lot of us think that discipline is like Sergeant Major, everybody line up, fucking guns and they're super disciplined. Oh, fucking, yeah, she's really disciplined. Yeah, she's boring. That's what she's boring. Discipline comes from one thing: philosophy, your personal philosophy, what it is that you stand by, what is at the core of you, right? What is your philosophy of life, right? What do you believe about yourself? What is the message that you deliver to yourself, right? Because here's the thing, my personal philosophy is backed up by one key value: integrity. That's my personal philosophy. Let me explain, right? And the reason this is so relevant to now is because the amount of people, right, that put down lack of self-worth, don't feel good enough, don't believe in themselves enough, whatever it is, right? Imposter syndrome, inner critic, devil on the shoulder, whatever way you want to formulate the internal dialogue, right? That's what we're talking about right now, the internal dialogue, right? So, the way that we speak to ourselves, your brain doesn't know whether it's me or whether it's you. If you're calling yourself a dickhead, doesn't know whether you're calling it or somebody else is calling it. That's just a basic scientific fact about the language that we speak to ourselves, right? So this is why integrity is so high up and such a huge part of my philosophy, right? Because if I make myself a promise and I don't follow through on it, what is that saying to myself about myself? That's saying that I'm willing to let myself down. It's saying, I'll tell you what, Tim, you're going to set a target, but it's okay if you don't achieve it. Don't worry about it, mate. And then, what's the pattern that takes place off of the back of that? What's the pattern of saying you're going to do something and then not doing it? The pattern is, I don't feel good enough. That's the pattern. Because whatever it is that you do, you'll let yourself down because you don't follow through on it. And so that's what then really dictates the level of self-worth, right? Because you're saying stuff and your brain doesn't know. And here's the thing, when you're let down by someone else, how does that make you feel? Like shit. But your brain doesn't know whether that's you letting yourself down or someone else. So it doesn't really matter who's making the promises. You get the same effect. Exactly the same effect. Hello, mate. There's a little cat outside my window. That's what I said hello. So what I would say is that if your philosophy, guys, right, isn't based around integrity, then that could be one of the main driving factors to why you don't feel good enough, to why you're not confident enough, because you keep promising yourself these things that you never follow them through, right? So let's go a little bit, tiny bit deeper into that. Well, just maybe, right, just maybe you're setting the bar too high, right? Just maybe you might need to just fucking ease off a little bit, give yourself a bit of a break. Now, what I don't mean is do a marathon on Netflix. I'm not saying that. Georgia, give me 1 second. What I mean is, right, what you've got to do is you've got to look at the dream, which is the vision. In my eyes, it's the dream, right? And you've got to ask yourself, what are the incremental steps that I need to take place to get closer towards the goal, right? That then gets me closer towards the dream. Perfect example, right? Here's the quickest way to create overwhelm, right? Because I know that there's a lot of information that you guys get given on in Arbonne. I'm not just talking about Arbonne here. I give my clients a lot of information as well, right? And one of the things that I teach them is try not to use or start a sentence with this: I'm gonna. soon as you say I'm gonna, instantly that puts pressure on yourself to be like, that's got to get done. I'm gonna, right? I'm considering is a little bit different. I'm thinking is a little bit different, right? So for example, let's just say I say to you, okay, good example here. Let's just say I'm going to open a restaurant, right? But Tim, you know nothing about opening. You don't know nothing about a restaurant. Why are you going to open, saying that you're going to open a restaurant, right? Because the first thing that you're going to do is put all of this pressure on yourself to know the answers, right? Because what you do is you tell your friends, oh, I'm going to open a restaurant. How many times you said that? Oh, I'm going to fucking be this. I'm going to go there. I'm going to be this position. I'm going to have this money. I'm going to have that car. I'm going to live there. I'm going to go on that holiday, right? I'm going to be around these people. But what you've got to understand is in between gonna, right, is work, right? And so you've got to identify before you say I'm gonna, what is the level of work that it's going to take to get you to I'm gonna, right? And so I know that work needs to be broken down. So always make sure, right, that you're lowering the level of the bar slightly, right? And I don't mean drop down in terms of your ambition or dreams. I mean that don't say that you're going to open a restaurant. Say tomorrow, what I'm going to do is say tomorrow, I'm considering getting up in the morning and going on Google and researching how to open a restaurant. I'm going to speak to some people that have opened restaurants, right? I'm thinking about looking at some places where I'd like to maybe have a restaurant, right? So it's slowly. Now that momentum, when you do that, can build up over days and days. And you'll get closer and closer to where it is that you want to be, right? So for example, if you want to go out for a run, right? One of the things, like if you want to say, I'm going to run a half marathon. You're like, all right, no worries. Do you know what you got to do to run a half marathon? Yes, I do. So I've run one. And it's not, I'm just going to go out and start running. You got to think about your shoes. You got to think about your mobility, your flexibility, your nutrition. You got to think about your recovery, your hydration. You got to think about your training periodization. So wouldn't that be a good place to start before you say that I'm going to run a half marathon? Let's find out what needs to be done before you start saying I'm gonna, right? Because that puts the overwhelm and the pressure, right? And that's when you don't do anything at all because it's too much. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Let me just say, hey, I'm going to do that. No. Just slow down, calm down a minute. Just slowly taking the steps first, right? The framework. Listen to what this woman is saying, Amy. She has been there where you are. She's guiding you, right? She has consistently done the uncomfortable work, the repetition. She's got the skill, right? She's found that achievement by doing it, and she's accomplished what it is that she needed to get it. And the way that she's done that, right, is she probably didn't even know this, but she's probably done that through the back of her philosophy is integrity. Is not letting herself down. And do you know what? She had a conversation with herself, I'm sure, at one point and said, that's it. Enough. That is fucking it. That's it. I'm going to learn this inside out, and I'm going to be able to deliver this on any stage, 20,000, 30,000, 10,000, 10, 100, whatever. I'm going to be able to deliver this with my eyes closed. And that's what she's gone and done. So just think about that, guys. When you're thinking about this business, when you're thinking about not being confident, when you're thinking about you're not good enough or you're lacking self-belief, right? Have a little think about your personal philosophy, and is integrity involved in that personal philosophy? Because if it is, right, and you want to be integral to who you are, and you're going against it, you're literally saying to yourself, I want to go and do this with my life, but actually the actions that I'm taking don't get me any closer to that person who I want to become or be. And so what you do is the vision in your head over there is to be that person, but yet your actions, here's something for you to write down, your actions reflect your priorities, right? Whatever you do, the actions that you take every day will reflect what you prioritize. So that's something that you need to think about. So guys, I wanted to just show you the life board tonight, talk to you a little bit about some of the stuff that comes out of it when you get your scores. Tonight was all about awareness, all about you understanding where you are, why you're there, maybe what the blockers are, what's holding you back, why they're holding you back, diving into that a little bit deeper, asking yourself, well, actually, am I over-promising myself and then not following it through? And if that is the case, maybe am I setting the bar a little bit too high, right? Because this is about the long game. Now, I'm not saying in the long game you don't need to do hill sprints. Yes, you do, right? Yes, you do need to do hill sprints. But you can't sprint up a hill every single fucking day. You've got to rest, recover, and come back stronger. And just maybe when you're not sprinting up that hill, you need to read a book or a document based around hill sprints. That's all I'm saying. Maybe that could be the growth. All right? Thank you for listening. I've enjoyed it again. And so that's a very nice moustache that you've got there, Kathy. Beautiful. Can you just hold that there so everyone can see it? Lovely. You look like a little Hitler. Guys, thank you for joining me tonight. I truly love being on these calls and helping you as much as possible. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just going to do a tiny little plug, Amy, if you like, just about my academy, because so many people are involved in it. And if you are involved in my academy, can you just literally put in the comments box, yes, I'm involved, and tell people what it is. So just to let you know, guys, I run something called Tim Cooper Academy Monthly. It's £19.97 per month, right? Per month. It's not even £1 a day. Don't ask me about maths because I'm awful at it. It's like 75p a day or whatever, right? To be coached by me in an intimate group just like this. How many people we got on here? 50. Normally have about this inside the Academy Monthly that are all on my coaching program and process. And you get the opportunity to join. Can you have the link? Yes, you can have the link. In fact, I'll put my website in here. It's very, very simple. It's Tim Cooper /monthly. But if any of you guys are on Instagram, you can go on there as well. It's Tim Cooper Academy.com. Very, very simple. You could just go on there, go onto the Academy, and it's a rolling contract. So you can come in and out. If you don't like it, you can jog on after a month, or if you like it, you can continue doing it. It's totally up to you. But here's one thing that I'll tell you, you will have growth 100%, and it will work well with what you're doing it. Anyway, thank you for letting me have the little plug, Amy. Thank you for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Tim, so much. Honestly, I take so much from these calls, and I think one of the things that what you just said, you absolutely just highlighted perfectly. It's those daily actions. It's the little things every day, and it's having that vision, but it's breaking it down into the daily disciplines, and that is all it is. And that for me, and I think also anyone that's listening, you can look at VPs and think, oh my God, they've got it all together. But guys, we need these trainings. We need to fill ourselves up as much as anyone else. And of course we have doubts. Like, we have to do that ourselves and work on ourselves every single day. So thank you so much, Tim. I'm so grateful. Okay. Georgia, I think Georgia had a quick question for you.
Yeah, fire away. Georgia, fire away.
I feel like it's going to be too detailed now, but I was basically just trying to say, you've kind of covered it, but we obviously talk about vision a lot in Arbonne and having that big vision, and I've worked a lot on this, and sometimes I find marrying my massive vision with where I'm actually at right now, even though I know what I'm creating is possible. It's like that, I suppose it's that realistic versus optimistic, and trying to partner them together, which you did kind of cover, but
I totally get. A great question, which I get that all of the time. It's like, shit, Tim, I've got this big dream over here, but yet I'm currently here. It's like, there's the island where I want to live, but I'm stuck on this rock. Like, I know where I want to be, but currently I'm here. So what I would say is, there are milestones, incremental steps, what Amy just said. There are daily habits and practices that will get you closer to that dream, right? Because that's exactly what they are. Here's something that I would all like you to think about in terms of the life board right now. And you can write this down because it's such a fabulous question, Georgia, one that I love answering. And so I designed this specific answer for that question, by the way. So here's what I would suggest that you do. Number one, you must dream, right? You must dream. It must be completely unrealistic, right? Unrealistic. Like, don't put anything down that represents something that you could have, right? So just make it crazy, right? Because Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, all of these people, they didn't have SMART goals. I can tell you that for free, right? They had dreams. Now, here's the bit that you need, right? Here's the bit that you need. How did they get to those dreams? Well, they did use some form of goal setting to get to the dream, right? That's what they did. Otherwise, it's just a pipe dream, as they say, and you're million miles away from it. So here's my 3 key fundamental basic steps, and you'll be like, bloody hell, Tim, people pay you thousands of pounds for this. But, you know, I truly believe that complexity is the enemy of execution. So let's keep it simple and basic and stick to basic terms. Number one, identify one of the incremental steps. I call that the goal, right? I say it's a goal. Let's say it's Arbonne, right? So let's say that the goal is to get to area, right? That's the goal, yeah? The next step is the time frame. By when? By when do you plan on getting to area, right? When do you plan on getting to area, right? The third step is the most important. I could do a whole session on this, and I actually did it inside my academy on Friday, and it blew people away. And in fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do next week, which, guys, just by the way, on here will be my last week coaching you guys. So if you've enjoyed my coaching, make sure you're on last week, because it'll be the last week that I'll be on for this time being anyway. So get as many people on as possible, because it's going to be fire. So the last part would be resources and resourcefulness. Who can help me get there, right? Who can help me get there? And where are these people in my approximate vicinity? So here's something that I'll just mention really quick, really quick. In my academy on Friday, we did this, and it was so funny because there's a guy in my academy called Scott, and I just brought him in just like I did Amy, right? And I said to Scott, what is it that you do? And he said, I'm a mortgage advisor. I'm like, brilliant. Okay. There was 50 people in the group. I said, how do you earn money? Right? And he said, well, by selling mortgages and by helping people get mortgages. I was like, oh, brilliant. Everyone in the group, put your hands up. Who's got a mortgage? So the hands went up in the mortgage, right? Everyone's like, yeah, I've got a mortgage, 10 people or whatever, right? 10 people. So then I said to those people, who's looking to remortgage in this group? 2 people put their hand up, saying, I've been looking for someone to remortgage. Then out of nowhere, 2 people in the group then said, oh, in fact, I haven't got a mortgage right now, but I'm looking to get a mortgage over the next 2 months. Can we have a conversation? Right? Can we have a conversation? To lead that on, I then said to I then said to the group, who do you think out of this group would really benefit from a personalized training and nutrition program? And all of the hands went up, right? All of the hands went up, yeah? And one of those people was the people, all of those hands went up. And then I then said to the group, well, Scott, the person that just said needs to remortgage their house, they're a personal trainer, swap services. There you go. So now he's got a personal trainer delivering a bespoke program that's tailored, and yet the PT is now getting mortgage advice from this guy. He's going to sell him a mortgage. He's going to earn money and connect with him. Then he's going to sell him a training program with nutrition. And my point of this is, right, this is my point. I want you guys to really, really think about this hard tonight. So I said this to my wife earlier. I want you to think about right now on this call, 5 people that you automatically assume that will never, ever, ever in a million years buy a product from you from Arbonne, and then I want you to reach out to them. People that you think never in a million years, I know people are going, oh, I can't ring my mum again. I just got off the phone to her, right? But you get why this is the sort of people, like the person next to you, right? Or in the other room, or your next door neighbor, right? Or the person that you're like, oh, do you know, I'm not going to mention it to her. And I tell you why this is. It's factual evidence off the back of that call that the people that are close to you will have the resources that you need to take your life and business to the next level. When I was a personal trainer, one of the things that I did outside of everybody else was I understood that everybody in that gym was there for one thing: to want more and become better, fitter, right? And then I understood that most people were in there to lift weight. Well, why the fuck wouldn't you want a personal trainer if you're actually in the gym to lift weight? Wait a minute, I specialize in lifting weights, but yet I'm not going to speak to you because you're all ripped and got big arms, right? It doesn't matter how good you get. Someone will always be able to show you or teach you something new or different. Doesn't matter how good you get at something, there's always someone better, right? Because the moment you say that I'm the best is the moment that you stop learning. All right? Just wanted to share that as a little parting piece of guidance at the end. All right, guys?
Amazing, Tim. Thank you.
I hope that helps, Georgia.
Really does. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
guys.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
Join the academy if you like it.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.